Stezo Radio is for adults only.
The Stezo Radio Show. The Stezo Radio Show. The Stezo Radio Show. The Stezo Radio Show. Well, it's that radio show where we go toe to toe. Hot topic, dropping knowledge straight from Chicago, and it's our point of view. So tell me what you gon' do. Drop a line, don't be lying, trying to get with the crew. Cause we be talking them facts, exposing them fiction. Man, it's so real that we be causing some friction. Probably something you missing, ain't no need to be dissing. Just relax here and listen, because we spitting and sipping. The Stezo Radio Show, 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 the Stezo Radio Show.
Young and Kurt, that nigga, Nola Fox, Flint the Pimp, Ricky Bobby, Shorty got him, Ancient Kurt, and Remy. Alright, y'all, welcome back to another special edition of Stezo Radio. I don't even know where to start with this one, man. When we kicked this off, and I found out that I couldn't use what they call licensed rappers for the podcast, I hit my boy Hoo Noz up. The first one I hit up, told him what I was doing, told him what it was about. He was like, I'm with it. What you want? That's all he said. I'm with it. What you want? The first artist that I wanted to contact was my man Hoo Noz. And we got him in the building right now for his first interview, talking about his latest project. And when I say latest, I don't want y'all to misconstrue, because latest means not his fifth, not even his eighth. This is his 11th project. All underground, all independent, all self-made owned. I want y'all to sit and think about that for a minute. 11 projects, independent. The man Hoo Noz is here. What's up, man?
What's going on, Stezo, man? How you feeling?
I'm good.
This is a long time coming. I've been supposed to come do this. For real,
yeah.
Man. I've been rocking with you from day one. Show stays entertaining, man. It's an honor to be here. Real
Day
talk.
one. Showed me how to post videos on YouTube. Because you know your man Stezo, I was lost. I ain't going to lie to y'all. I was lost.
You know, I want to say right off top, that's one thing about me. People get misconstrued. A lot of people have bad words in their mouth about me, but at the end of the day, when someone's trying to do something positive and progress, man, even if you don't know me, feel free to ask.
There you go.
Feel free to ask. Straight up. I'd rather see you do it right.
All right, now I don't want to jump into your latest project.
Okay.
I want to jump into a lyric that's been stuck in my head since I first heard it. And you say, around here, we don't run the cops, because we run the block.
Yes, sir.
You already know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Other zones.
Yeah.
Other zones, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I must have replayed that track like 5 times when I first heard it.
Man, I appreciate it.
It sounded so, I don't want to say used to, but it sounded like, man, this is what rap used to be.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's something not only myself, but everybody affiliated with Harvey Finch Enterprise, my camp. You know, that's something that we try to pride ourselves on. Mm-hmm. Not what it used to be, but what it really is. We try to deliver a reality to the music. Unfortunately, the reality is often a little bit depressing. Yeah. But that's why we always stress on the fact, pay attention, though. We really from this struggle. We really from these blocks. You know, you can vouch for that. You've known me a long time. You know, we really come from these streets.
Right.
You know, but on a positive hustle, we grinded. We ignored the hatred. We chopped off the dead weight. And we might not be balling or buzzing, but we're straight. You know, whatever we want to do with our music, we do. And we did it independent. And, you know, anybody can do it, man. There's nothing to stop you. So, you know, it's man. So, you know, when I take it back to that, when I say, you know, we run these blocks, we do. If you from these streets, you know, people don't call the police for a lot of things. We take care of this ourselves. You know, that's just how it goes. And as I say, it's a depressing manner, but it's the truth. Unfortunately, it's not 100% the truth these days. The streets have lost a lot of structure that were in it 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, you know.
Okay.
And but we try to continue bringing that reality into our hip-hop, because hip-hop has become trending. We still do the music for the culture. the real hip hop heads, the ones who press play and want to be enlightened. They want to relate. They want to feel good. And, you know, they want to get a message out of it.
Right.
We still make music for them. You know, we ain't worried about blowing up because we like our music. And honestly, every one of us say it. Do you know where we'd be if we weren't doing music? Because we all know. You know, hip hop saved our life. So we'll always do it because we love to do it. The fact that we figured out a few ways to make some money off it was just a blessing. And we're going to keep doing it and keep showing the next man, you know. And keep bringing reality music and keep making what a lot of people pretend they're doing a reality for the real ones.
And let me ask you about another track that I fell in love with. I when you posted, I really thought, I said, man, he taking a risk with this one. The one about your kids.
Yeah, Stolen Love.
Yeah, like that one. I mean, it wasn't fake.
It wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you exposed a lot of yourself on that track.
Well, you know, that goes back to bringing the reality to the music. And what it was at that point, you know, I'm the kind of person, I learn from my trials and tribulations. I go through my hell like everybody else. I try not to ask why me. I ask why not me. Why shouldn't I learn about myself like the next man? With that situation, you know, you got a lot of people didn't understand. You got to understand the hell behind that song 200%. From the beginning, what made me start focusing on the music was I lost a close loved one to the streets that had walked away, and karma just came back. I mean, the whole way it unfolded, where it happened, how it happened, it was karma. And everybody who loved that man knows that. So at that same time, I caught a case for how I was eating. I had just had my child, and, you know, it was just time to change up. It was time to either go for broke and end up where I know I'm going, or do something different.
Right. And
I ain't know what I was going to do. And God put me on a path where I ended up recording. From there, it was on and cracking. So at that point, I'm at home every day. If I'm not doing the music, I'm at home. I'm raising my kids. I'm the one taking them to school, bringing them home from school, making their dinner, doing their homework. You know, brushing my daughter's hair. You know, I'm being a full-fledged daddy, 110%. Jealous, insecure woman that I had kids with. And I say that with no repercussion because it's the truth. Right. You know, out of spite, she packed up her shit while I was at work, took my kids and ran off for Texas. Stole my money, stole my phone so I couldn't contact nobody, sold my car, sold my living room furniture. I'm talking about she hit me in 8 hours. I was working a little bullshit job. You know, I had a flip I was trying to make, and the job was the lick to do it real quick. So that she, you know, she plotted and planned. When she seen her opening, she did it. And it wasn't for nothing more but always accusing me of doing things I'm not when I'm at a show, when I'm at the studio, when I'm out in the street selling the music. You know, she's constantly being a dead weight. And I'm dealing with it with a smile to raise my kids. And, and Stezo, brother, we talking 6-7 years of this nonstop.
Oh, damn.
So she ran off. I lose everything, bro. I'm talking about everything. You know what I'm saying? The payment for the house was in the money she took. I lost everything. Next thing I know, I'm standing on the corner with a Debo bike and a bag of clothes at 8:30 in the morning, evicted, not knowing what I'm finna do. And all this happened in a 7-day period.
Damn.
Friend of mine came along, aided me through it. And he had been through it some years prior. You know, my dude, Foo Billy, let me give him big shout outs because, you know, as a man, I was questioning my existence, you know, and I was tempted to make a bad decision. And without ever saying it, he knew it, and he always had a positive word for me. So I did what MCs do, and I vented through the music, you know, and everything I said was a true story. And the feedback was amazing. I mean,
I saw that.
Yeah,
because give me your YouTube link because y'all can catch all this on YouTube.
Yeah, Harvey Finch Enterprise on YouTube, on all your social media sites. It's well over 300 videos on there. We got a lot of videos who have been sponsored. So if you just search the name, you'll find videos everywhere. It's about 200 on our page and then like 100 floating around. Right. But yeah, bro. Now here goes some crazy shit. I ended up. I have another child with another female, and she, out of anger, hacked my YouTube page and deleted that video when it was almost at 200,000 views.
Yeah, I was going to say, because your views was, man.
She hit me for about 100 videos, and we lost almost 500,000 views off of the page.
Damn.
Yeah, so we've been trying to build that back up ever since, you know. It is what it is. It's an obstacle, though. I'm going to push it out the way and get right past it.
Right.
Can't let that shit stop you. So But yeah, you know, that song, that was an emotional song. To be honest with you, bro, I've only heard it maybe 3 or 4 times.
I was finna ask you, how did you put pen to paper for that? I mean, that was deep.
You know what? I woke up one day and it just hit me what I needed to say. And it was like I started searching for a beat and came across that one within 5 minutes, and it fit perfect. And when Foo Billy came home from work, I'm like, I need you to hear something. And I spit it to him, and he was just sitting there with a really upset look on his face and was like, yeah, I got a chorus for it right now.
Damn.
Yeah, so we went down there, we laid it down, we released the audio, and hit over 1,000 views in 24 hours. So 2 days later, we shot the video for it. And like I say, the support was crazy. I mean, like, the page on Facebook, My Baby Daddy Ain't Shit, shared that video.
Yeah.
You know, so it really showed, you know, that people still like good music. They want to hear a real message. You know, they want to relate to something emotional. And that song did a lot, but for me, it was more venting. And you know, I tell people this all the time. If you really listen to the song, it's a deep song, but it's actually contemplating suicide more than anything. You know,
and that's kind of how I took it.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was going through mine with my daughter's mother, you do, like you say, you question yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and you like, well, if I'm not a father no more, then what am I?
What am I? Because I gave up everything else to be a father.
Exactly.
You know, so what does that leave me? But, you know, I had a friend, and I can honestly call him a friend. I probably done spoke to him maybe twice in the last 20 years, but this is a real friend because what he popped out and said changed my life. He popped out and told me out the blue. It didn't even say hello or nothing. Just hit me. Hey, as a man, sometimes we go through a lot of shit so that when our boys grow up to be men, we can guide them through it correctly.
Damn, yeah, that's deep.
That was deep. So it changed my whole perception of the situation. You know, it really made me step back and look at it like, okay, at some point I got to be strong for them. And I do. And you know, the crazy part is to this day, I still haven't spoken to my children. This is 4 or 5 years later.
Really?
Yeah, they somewhere down in Texas. Don't know where they are. You know, I ain't gonna get into the negativity of the games they mother play, but I'm just gonna say, you know, it's a lot wrong with our system today when it comes to the fathers in the household.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about what some addresses sperm donors of the baby daddy. I'm talking about real fathers, man. We have issues when it comes to raising our children that the system has been built against us. But that's because, you know, they want weaker mans, smaller schools, bigger prisons. They make more money that way.
Yeah, that pipeline, that school pipeline to prison is real.
Oh yeah, really real.
It's real.
It always has been, and the game is a lot worse now. And it's not that the parents, I mean, a lot of parents don't parent, but what's really changed the game was the system changed a lot of ways we could parent. Because I tell you now, my mother would crack my ass in the middle of Kmart. It didn't matter. And wouldn't nobody be there like, oh my God, don't hit that child. They be cheering her on, like, whoop his ass. I heard what he said.
Right.
Grab that belt. You know, they changed, you know, and that fear had a lot to do with the manners we have today. You know, no matter how hard and tough we was, can't nobody move me in the street, F the police. You gonna tell my mama? Wait, hold on, I'm sorry. You know, don't tell my mom because she ain't cool like that. So, you know, the system ruined a lot, man. It's harder to raise these children today, and it's even harder because, like I say, they do a lot to push males out of the picture now. You know, all the way down to housing. You have public housing complexes across the country that give these women rent for $18 to $125 a month, as long as the child's father is on a no trespassing list.
Yeah.
And if we catch him over here, it's 6 months automatic, no discussion in the county. We're going to get some money off him, you know, for you living here for free. And all the time, it's not that he's a bad father. It's just that, you know, he could be taking care of his sick mother and he's not with his children's mother, so they don't need to have a place together.
Yeah, this is true.
You know, so, but
that's our system.
Yeah, I don't want to dwell on it too much, but you know, I know y'all like real shit anyway, man. Y'all want to speak on real topics, and that's a real topic right there.
And I'm gonna let the people know I'm not gonna tease y'all. I'm gonna be nice, and you gonna hear the song in the next 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This Lefty Productions, always believe in your dreams.
You don't take a man's children from him when that man is truly a father. Fuck, man, my
our kids. That's all I had. Y'all know what I'm about to do. Yeah, zone the fuck out. Yeah, heartbroken, start flowing. All by myself, trapped in the dark, smoking. No light, except this candle wick burning slowly while I write about it. A fuck life. I built the family off a little bit of lust. Smoking, conversating, built a little bit of trust. Wasn't my girl, but was a little bit of cuffed. Yet little did I know she was a little bit of nuts. Ran off and took the only thing that matters. Hey, you don't take children away from a loving daddy. See, we connected and it's killing me. I'm knowing they unhappy. This gotta be a dream. Somebody slap me. I need to wake up. Still hear they voice saying, Daddy, please don't let her take us. The shit is straight nuts. And we don't have a way to contact one another. A fucking bad woman, now labeled the selfish mother.
Trying to keep from losing my mind. Got a grown man crying. How could you take what's mine? Knowing I'd die for mine. Swear that I would. Got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I can get it over.
I swear that I would. Tears pouring out, staring at y'all pictures. Trying to drown the pain with hard liquor. And know I'm getting cancer, how I'm blowing cigarettes. Asking God for an answer, but I ain't get it yet. Feeling he don't hear me, or just can't spare the time. Fuck a consequence, my fear is in the crime that I'm about to commit. Bang, she down, bang, and get it over with. Now my kids ain't got shit, but this too shall pass. Shout out to Blinky Mama, and nothing but love for everybody thinking about me. I'm only of the flesh, and it is truly weak. I'm feeling like somebody died, times 3. They say that he won't give you nothing you can't handle. World on my shoulders, about to drop it cause my hands full. Tomorrow's a new day, I keep repeating stress. Pistol locked and loaded, only thing that I see is my death.
Trying to keep from losing my mind. Got a grown man crying.
God was good.
How could you take what's mine? Knowing I'd die for mine.
But I swear that I would.
Got the weight of the world on my shoulders.
Hey,
I can get it over.
yeah, I swear that I would. Angel, Anthony, Elijah, they took my 18 from me. I'ma keep saying y'all name to the streets, y'all.
You dance who care. Put your drinks in the air.
Billy shouts out, man. Thanks for helping me,
You
Nick,
dance
bro.
who care. Put your drinks in the air. You dance who care. Put your drinks in the air. You dance who care. Put your drinks in the air.
If you can't hear the pain, if you can't see that I'm crying right now, then you need to start this motherfucking track over, man. Real talk. I swear that you should.
Productions, always believe in your dreams.
All right, that was the cut from Hoo Noz that we were just speaking about. You're welcome. Because I know y'all probably saying, y'all talking about the song. I want to hear the song. I don't know how to work YouTube. You're welcome. You're all fucking welcome.
There you go.
All right, now, I want to ask you, what's harder? Well, before I ask that question, I got to explain to them because I don't want to jump the gun. Hoo Noz writes his own music, produces a lot of his own tracks, records his own tracks, makes his own videos, and does videos for other artists. So you're like an all-in-one.
I am the all-in-one.
Yeah.
And you know what I want to say right there? I say that with no arrogance, but I busted my ass to learn what I've learned. And, you know, I've engineered and released over 40 projects, filmed and edited over 300 videos, from, you know, all this for myself and others. The company's distributed over 300,000 units independent. I've pushed over almost 160,000 of those myself. So, you know, it's like I'm a one-stop shop because I know what I needed, and it was just the will of life's energy that I figured out what I did, and I don't mind doing it for the next man if he's really trying to take it serious.
And that's why I was going to ask you, what's harder, working on your project or another artist's project? I mean, from beginning to end, recording, the video shoots. What's harder? And the reason why I ask that is because people may think, it may be harder working with somebody else because you don't know what they want. You got to figure them out. Y'all got to, spend time. But I'm a little curious. Is it harder for you to do yourself because you know you better than anybody else?
Exactly. And to be honest, it's hard to decipher the two because working with other people is extremely complicated. Mm-hmm. The biggest problem with that is time. The respect others have for your time. The respect others have for their own time. Okay. It takes time. You got to sacrifice your time in life to chase your dreams and make them a reality. At the end of the day, you can't party and kick it and bullshit and do all that and do what you're trying to do too. It's one or the other, So that's the biggest problem with working with others. As far as myself, the hardest part is I know myself, so it's constant doubt. Constant, it should have been better. Constant, this shot could have been better. This recording could have been better. Luckily, someone told me early in all of this that you're always going to judge yourself the most. Okay. So get it to the best as you can. And even though you think it sucks, release it. Because no one else is hearing what you're hearing. No one else is seeing what you're seeing. Okay. And any artist listening to this, I encourage the same to them. You'll never get your music to sound how you want it to sound. Because it's your music. But everyone else who hears it, it's going to sound to them like you wanted it to sound. You'll always drive yourself crazy. So it's a toss-up. Like I say, with others, it's the time wasted. I hate wasted time. With myself, it's just I'm never satisfied. It's always let's do one more take. Let's do it again. And anybody who works with me knows that I'm one of the most. I work hard, bro. I stay real dedicated. I stay real focused. If you say we're filming at 8:00 in the morning, I'm in front of your house at 7:58 texting you. What's up? You up? like I ain't even been to bed to make sure I'm here at 8. Let's get it. And I stay up for the next 3-4 days if we got that much work to do. So it at the end it's just hard overall. It's just always difficulties with it. But that's with anything you want to do yourself. That's why you make shit working for other people because they deal with all that. You just get paid to help them deal with it, but you don't really carry the stress.
Now, how do you find time for yourself? We talking 11 projects. Even if we said you release 2 projects per year, we talking 11 projects. Yeah. And that's just your projects.
You know what?
We're not counting the ones you did with other artists.
With other people, yeah. You know what? I hate to say this. I hate to publicly announce this, but I ain't rapped right. My head works weird as hell. For real, like my head, I really work strange. Like I'll be getting dressed after a shower and some lines will come to me, some bars, and I keep saying them because they're in my head. And now I'm going through the whole day saying it, and then at the end of the day I got a verse. And then the next day I stumble across a beat that catches me and that verse fits it. And a week later I wake up out my sleep with the other verse. And before you know it, a song's done. Mm-hmm. Before you know that, 15 songs are done. That's another project. But I also don't sleep a lot. I'm up quite a bit. Now when I go to sleep, I'm out. I'm sleeping. I'm resting. But I stay up 36 hours nonstop working, going from writing to mixing somebody else's project, to shooting the video, to editing it, to design photos, to taking photos, and then I'll go to sleep for 8 hours and get up and do it again for another 36 to 48 hours. So that's why I say I'm not really wrapped right. It's like I was kind of designed to do this, and that's why I do it. I just love to make music. It's a good venting system.
Now you're doing this tour right now.
Yes, sir.
You hitting us all up. You're doing as many interviews as you can.
Yes, sir. Trying to promote.
Tell me, because I've had a lot of interviews, and people always say the way you interview is not normal. The way it's all your show. We feel like we can say whatever, do whatever. It's so relaxed. When you go on an interview, what's probably the dumbest question you've gotten asked?
Oh, there's been so many.
Well, just give me like your top 3 or 5. Just
well, I don't know, because at the same time, it's never really. I'm one of those people who believe there's no such thing as a stupid question. only stupid answers. My thing is more, I hate when you get asked the basic questions. You know, when they pull out the piece of paper and it's like, well, how long do you rap? Where are you from?
Oh.
You know, what are you working on? They have no insight into what it is that you're doing.
Just like they just looking at your bio.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
or they just have a list of questions that they ask every artist who comes by. To me, that's not genuine, and that's not even going to hold a genuine audience that cares to listen. You know, and like you said, I'm doing my level of maturity media mixtape tour right now, and we're going. You know, I got quite a few different radio interviews lined up. I do want to say with yours, you do get to just really freely express yourself, and that's why you're the first stop on the tour. You know,
Oh, Stezo slow clap. Y'all hear that?
Yeah, come
We
on.
first.
I had to. You know, just the interview's more entertaining when the interviewer has information of the interviewee. You know, when you come in and actually have an idea of who this person is, it just makes the interview more entertaining. You get the real them. You get some natural shit. Because it's like how you do it, bro. You really, you asking genuine questions. You listen to these people's music. You support them.
Yeah.
You support their product, whatever it is that they do. So when you sit down to interview them, you're not just asking me basic written down questions. You're asking me from the point of view of someone who wants to know. You know?
I do. And what I really want to know is, how much weed do you smoke per day? I've seen the videos. When I say, look, you got me coughing, just saying, the video, you stay rolled up.
I stay. You know what?
They stay pearl.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. My man told me one day, right? It's about 6-7 years ago. We were doing some filming. We were setting up the camera, and I lit my weed. He was like, "Man, bro, you got a blunt burning every time this camera cut on." And I looked at him and told him honestly, when old girl hit me on YouTube for all them videos, this was one of the ones she removed. So unfortunately, and we didn't have the files anymore, so unfortunately I can't point people in the directions. But as the whole video was starting, he's saying that to me like, "Man, you got a blunt rolled every time the camera gets cut on." And I laugh like, hell, I got a blunt rolled every time it's cut off too. You know, I smoke all day, bro. I'm not going to lie, but you know what? I don't, and I'll touch on this for a minute, I don't do the loud too heavy. You know, a lot of the chemicals in the loud are there to nod us out, you know, put us to sleep, slow us down. I'm more of a Reggie man. Luckily, my homie's got a time machine. He's got a DeLorean. I get 1995 Reggie around this bitch. Same prices, same potency. So I don't even need that loud shit. I'm good on that.
All right, now let's talk about this newest project.
No doubt, no doubt.
What's the name of it? Let them know.
Lost versus 5, level of maturity. But we're pretty much promoting it as level of maturity. But it is the 5th installment of my Lost versus mixtape series.
Now, what made you start the Lost versus mixtape series?
I was on like my 2nd or 3rd album, and I had a bunch of songs laying around with artists who didn't do anything with their music. You know, basically we recorded it and they let it collect dust while they went and loaded trucks with boxes or whatever. Man, at the time I'm out there starting this 155+ thousand CDs sold. So, you know, I'm on the grind. My goal at that time, every day I got to sell 100 CDs. Well, it's a lot smaller here than we think it is, and after you bang 20, 30,000 CDs, you start running short on new people to run into unless you move around. So I had to come with a new CD. So I took a bunch of these songs. Some of them I just took my verse and blended them together, and I dropped it. It was just called The Lost Verses. This ended up happening again after another project was released. And I assigned my first distribution deal with O Rich Entertainment. They needed a new project to drop for me. And I had like 13 songs laying around with just a verse on it. People didn't come through and do their features in time. So I just threw those together and sent them over, and the project did good numbers, and we just kept rolling ever since then. Really, anytime I release a mixtape now, I put it out under the Lost versus Monarch.
Damn.
Yeah,
So when I tell people that you built this, you know, I'm not saying, you know, you didn't have help, but I mean, when I say you built this, I mean you went through starting the label, of course, buying your own equipment, because people seem to think that everybody who has a label just gets this magical genie that gives you everything you need.
I don't mean to cut you off, brother, but this is your show. But I do just want to chime in right here. I've had a few people help me along the way as far as a shoulder to lean on when the world got rough. You know, like the situation with my child's mother. As I was getting back on my feet, I have friends who say, and there's very few people I call that. I have friends who said, no, that's how you eat. Get your recording equipment out of the storage and set it up at my house. You sleep here, you keep working, you keep hustling. But other than that, I had no help with this. I started with 15 CDs and not knowing how I was going to sell them. I started with 20 at the Bud Billiken Parade. Let me start off by saying Chicago is fucked up its ass because we do not support where we come from. I went to the most popular event in the city of Chicago at that time. And I had two of what I can call the most official hustlers I ever met in my life. I'm talking about we get money. Whatever, if you got a bag full of suckers and we got to eat, I'm going to show you how to hustle. And these two are just like that. They taught me how to sell the music. Between the three of us, we sold like 40 CDs in a 9-hour time period at the Bud Billiken Parade. And we weren't standing still. We were constantly moving through there. Chicago doesn't support. We love to say, I'm straight, I'm good, I'm cool. No, you're none of the three. You know what I'm saying? You won't even hear what this young man's talking about, you know. And that brings us back to where we are today. That's why a lot of these kids are just out here reckless because there's no support when they do positive. I bear witness to that firsthand. My first time out in the streets, I sold 5 CDs at the Bud Billiken Parade. Left me with 15 CDs. My son needed Pampers. I told his mother, I'm going to go to the gas station with these 15 CDs. I don't care if it takes me 6 hours. I'll be back with at least $15 so we can go get some Pampers. Now, this is after I caught my case. I left the street game alone. I was struggling. I didn't know how I was going to eat. Bro, I came back through the door in less than 30 minutes with like $75. Like, yo, I got to go get some more blank CDs. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it all happened, from slanging CDs, stacking your money. My wife has been a strong investor in this. You know, I got a woman on my team who, when I see something new, it's not me just stacking to go get it no more. It's a us. You know what I'm saying? One way or another, we get it. But, man, the equipment, the cameras, the knowledge, everything was gained on my own, bro.
Damn.
You know, real talk.
That's what I was trying to touch on, because, I mean, a lot of times people think, well, if you got a label, you got all this, you must have been gifted. Something was gifted to you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what make them feel like, well, you straight. You got to be straight because you got all of this.
True. And you know what? The only gift I was given was a gift of gab and a gift of motivation. You know, other than that, I had to get it. And, you know, that's the thing, brother. That's what I mean when I've left here. You know, I went to the South, and in a week, we sold over 10,000 CDs out of the trunk.
Damn.
Between Memphis, Little Rock, and Houston, Texas. You know, shouts out to all 3 of them cities. They show me mad love. When the clerks come out of the stores, and I'm thinking, because I'm from the Chi, I'm thinking I'm finna get moved around. And they, hey, come here, buddy. Man, they don't want me to leave. They want 2 copies of the album.
So what makes you stay? I've always been curious about that, because I hear that you're not the first, second, or 18th artist to say that. What makes you stay grounded in this city?
First of all, finance. And my children, you know, the life that we've developed here. Starting over is always hard for anybody.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen The Bronx Tale?
Oh, yeah.
Like Sonny told C, availability.
Okay.
That's another reason I stay close to home. That leads back to the finance. You know, I can go anywhere and get what I need, but it might cost a little bit more. Here I've developed living. I don't have enough money, in my opinion, to start life over properly. But that's the beautiful thing with the internet. Nowadays, I don't have to leave home to leave home.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and then the other thing, like I always try to tell people, like I could go to Denver, Colorado tomorrow and sell 5,000 to 20,000 CDs in my first week. By week 4, it gets harder because now you're not some MC breezing through my city. You one of us. I see you everywhere I go. You know, you at the gas station. I seen you at the laundromat washing your clothes. We cross paths in the Family Dollar.
Right.
You become one of them. And when you become one of them, they don't support you no more. And that's why the road has always been prominent for the music game, because you breeze through the city, you get the love, and before they get a chance to hate you, you're off to the next city.
Yeah, I ain't think about that.
You know, yeah, and that's real, bro. You know, even where I'm at, Indiana showed me a lot of love when I first jumped off the porch. I give big salutes to the 219 with my music because, man, I sold like my first 50, 60,000 CDs between Indiana and the Elsip flea market. But Indiana was the main course of eating. You know what I'm saying? Well, as time went on, I become known. Because, like I say, nothing's really that big.
Right.
As time goes on, I become known. Now it's not as easy for me to sell my music out there no more because I'm one of them. You know, they see me in the McDonald's drive-thru. They see me at the movie theater. They see me at the local clubs. They friend know my friend. They baby mama is my good friend's sister. So
right.
You become one of them. You know, it goes from a cat meeting you at the gas station like, man, I love underground rap. Yeah, I'll support you. Let me check it out. Oh, this is bumping. Dude, you be spitting. Yeah, here go 10. Keep the change. The next day, he runs into you at his baby mama crib because her brother is your friend. You see him a week later with a new CD, but his whole attitude done changed. When he hops out the car and you, man, what's good, bro? Oh, what up? Now it ain't no excitement that you an artist no more.
Right.
You know, this is my new CD. Check me out. Oh, man, I'm good. You know, catch me over my girl crib, man. I might have it then. But every time you see him and you got the music in hand, he got that look like, oh, you finna try to sell me something. See, it's because now he know you.
Right.
If he didn't know you, like he doesn't know Kodak Black, like he doesn't know Future, like he doesn't know Kendrick Lamar, he would keep supporting your music. So, you know, with the music, you got to keep it moving. The road is important. You know, I tell my girl that all the time. It gets rough around here when I can't jump up and leave like I want to due to car issues or financial issues. Or,
right.
You know, and it's not that my home life stresses me. It's where I'm from. I'm too known in the streets. It doesn't, you know, the music doesn't pump the way it used to. And you got to go try something new, even if it's just to take an hour trip north, hit Waukegan, hit Gurney, hit North Chicago. I'd make a killing for the day, as long as I don't stay for too long. You know,
Damn.
Stay for a day or two and bounce.
All right, now what are you bringing on this new project?
Man, as the title says, a level of maturity. Like, I'm gonna be honest, bro. When I finish I'm my biggest critic, and I hate my music, and I'm just being completely honest, cause it's me. You know, I always listen to it like I could have did better. With the new one, it ain't a whole lot of doing better, man. Like, I hit my peak on the topics I touched, the way I delivered it, what I brought. It's real boss music, man. And I don't mean boss like Beamer, Benz, and Bentleys and
right.
$500 bottles at the club. That's not boss. That's bum shit. That's stupid. You jagging off your money. You know, I'm talking about, I'm touching on the topic of real boss shit. Having a vision, chasing a goal, making your sacrifices, making your dream a reality. Salute. You a boss. That's a level of maturity. You know, when you realize that, you know, street credibility is way less important than a down payment on a home. That's a level of maturity. You know, when you can make that change, like, you know what, this isn't good for me. You not good for me. This is good for me. I got to do what's best for me. I got to do what's best for my children. I got to do what's best for those that stay close to me and ride with me. That's a level of maturity. And, you know, that's what we at. Like I say, we've touched that level where whatever we want to do right now, pretty much sky's the limit. You know, we can do what we want with our music. The only thing holds us back is us, you know, because we're human. We're procrastinators.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Man. But other than that, we can do what we want. You know, if somebody comes in and says, I want to do this, we know the right avenues to go about trying to get it done. We have the right equipment to get it done. And we're going to produce exactly what you're trying to do. And that's maturity. Because as I said, one day, all I had was 15 CDs and no idea how we was eating that night.
Right.
You know, and here we are now, where it's like, man, I do what I want with my music.
All right, now, give me a track from the new CD that you would love the people to hear.
Oh, it's a few of them, but I think we'll start off with, man, I'm Getting Man. And that's featuring my homie Lil Matt. He went in, half a Greasy Gang. You know, shouts out Greasy Gang. They've been rocking with the team. That, man, lyrical as hell. Young brothers, too.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, they bring good material. So, yeah, this is me and Lil Matt on this one. I'm Getting Man.
All right, and again, because I love y'all so much, you finna hear that track right now.
That talking, man, I'm all about that walking. Gotta be progressive, keep my head straight, release dead weight, stay headed in the right direction. Hold my own, can't say they heard of me snitching, bitching up and begging. I'm on man with the grand, you blessed in the presence of a living legend. They satisfied with a bite of a slice, and my people was cooking whole pass. Whole time I was toning my craft and chopping up tracks with dope lines. Made a career decision to attempt to fix what I had broke. I'm winning and living my dreams, just being consistent through pain in the broke times. Keep the circle small, your focus clear with room for every obstacle. Don't let these people out here now move and say it ain't possible. If you could see it, you could reach it. That's what you keep your man on. Let him be like block to block while you rotate in different time zones. That's what I'm on. They're not a meager nor miserable individual. Stop my residual flow, no go on. Be around by criminals in the industry offices. I sleep in the coffin before I give in to the deception they offering. My ass on the prize and I'm watching it locked in. I don't know why you mad. I'm branded. I'm getting mad, homie. Yo, why it's my business you man? And I'm getting mad, homie. Hip hop is about dying. I'm saying we right on time, homie. Rather be caught with it without it. I'm keeping man on me. I don't know why you mad. I'm branded. I'm getting mad, homie. Yo, why it's my business you man? And I'm getting mad, homie. Hip hop is about dying. I'm saying we right on time, homie. Rather be caught with it without it. I'm keeping man on me.
I'm out here getting mine, homie. These niggas mad and hating on the nigga cause I'm by the bag and dropping the hottest mixtapes on their ass. Killing the game, showing them, shutting down the shows. Getting at the nigga skin, got them trying to copy. You can imitate us right, trying to buy the nigga style, but can do it like me, so gotta watch me making big moves. Bring a real back feel that they write about the Greasy Gang, saying how we kill, trash, kill, match. Try, homie, doubt it, don't mind on me. Up on the bus, you niggas hold, bottom line, homie. Why you mad though? Cause I'm grinding in this shorty. Got way more shit accomplished than some niggas in their 40s. Been killing shit 2016. Bought a whip, that's a 2016. Thought that was something grinding hard, gon' blow in 17. Just chasing at the dreams, trying to bring them to reality. I said that I would blow, they said I'm drunk, lay off the Hennessy. Look at you now, wish that you was in my shoes. That last cypher we dropped hit up to 16,000 views and still counting, nigga. Last of a dying breed, nothing like you niggas. Out here getting mine, homie, riding around with mine, homie.
I don't know why you mad, I'm branded, I'm getting mad, homie. Yo, why it's my business you man, and I'm getting mad, homie. Hip hop is about dying, I'm saying we right on time, homie. Rather be caught with it without it, I'm keeping man on me. I don't know why you mad, I'm branded, I'm getting mad, homie. Yo, why it's my business you man, and I'm getting mad, homie. Hip hop is about dying, I'm saying we right on time, homie. Rather be caught with it without it, I'm keeping man on me.
All right, that was Getting Mine. I told y'all I'd do it, and I did it. Now, my next question is kind of a serious question. How do you explain your music to a person that doesn't listen to rap?
I love that question. Man, you know, first of all, let me say the best way, and I've made thousands of sales off this too. Don't look at me as a rapper. Look at me as a fan that does music, because I listen to all genres of music, you know. And sometimes I get people, man, I done had bikers pull up with tattoos and biker gang vests on, and all of them looking angry and mad, and you know, they'll tell me, oh, we don't listen to rap, we listen to so and such type of music, and I'll be like, yeah, I hear you. The Doors, such and such album was a classic. What do you know about the Doors? Oh, man, I listen to everything. You know, you should check me out. My music is my testimony. You know, it's if you go back from my first CD to today, I'm giving you raw reality. You will hear my growth. And you know, when I hand anybody my CD, I tell them, man, it's not rap, it's hip hop. You know, rap has become crap. I'm talking about reality. You know, if you got a dream, if you trying to live, you know, you got respect, manners, good insight, knowledge of yourself. This is you know, there's some good energy for you. Good brain food. Check it out. And I've had people buy it that don't listen to rap that are still fans and followers of mine today. Supporters is what I'd rather call them. Right. You know, but it you know, to anybody who asks, I just tell them it's good music. You know, whoever your favorite band is, who's to say I don't listen to them? Because I might pull Metallica out my you know, my archives. Shit, the Black Album was popping. Some of the dopest motherfucking riffs on the guitar I've ever heard. You know, so who's to say you won't hear my music and feel the same way? You know, my stuff be back there mixed in with your Jimi Hendrix. Like, who knows? I listen to him. You know, you got to give stuff a try. How else will you know if you like it or not?
That's true.
You know, don't judge me off the last 10 rappers you heard, because I probably don't like their asses either, to be honest with you. I think they're garbage. Like, you know.
Now, with all the work you got out there, I kind of don't want to ask. It just seems so cliche to ask the artist to spit. You know what I'm saying? But again, I want you to give the people all of your social media, because, you know, we got you on SoundCloud. We got a playlist on the Stezo Radio. Y'all want to check that out. It's not the greatest. It's just about 24 songs. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's not your newest.
Right.
But some of it is stuff I like.
It's appreciated.
You know what I'm saying? I made the playlist, so fuck y'all. It's shit I like. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's new to them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So
new to them.
we got you on the Stezo Radio SoundCloud. I know you heavy on YouTube.
Yes,
you got
sir.
about 2 pages. You got the Harvey Finch HFE page, the Harvey Finch page. You got the Hoo Noz page. Matter of fact, I tell everybody, just Google.
Yeah, just Google me. I'm talking about you going to get interviews, articles that have been written up on me. You know, low key, bro, it be a lot of people rocking with my music. I'm all over the web.
Yeah, I see that.
You know, I'm just not I'm not a booming independent artist, but I'm a hell of an independent artist. You know, and again, that's no arrogance, that's just confidence. I worked hard to be able to say that. But I'm all over, man, and shouts out to everybody who fucks with me, because I appreciate each and every play. You know what I'm saying? Each and every one is love, you know. So, but yeah, I'm all over, man. Google. I tell them too. You know, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Hoo Noz, HOONOZ. But the best way to find me is Google, because it'll take you everywhere. It'll take you to every social media page I have, every website that has my music available. You know, we're on iTunes, Spotify. Shouts out Trackspace Distribution. We networked the deal with them, and that got us all over the streaming sites.
Oh, okay.
You know, I got more music coming with them, but right now, before that came, we ended up being blessed with a few accounts, my mixtape, Spinrella, etc. So level of maturity was focused to hit those projects. But my goal is to drop one more album, an EP, a 5 or 6 song EP before the year's over. That'll be hitting like Tidal, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Google, you know, all that.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you know, like I say, it's cliche, but, you know, I'm a fan. So I love for you to just give. You can go as long as you want, as short as you want.
I could try to give a little song. Let me see. I be writing so damn much, man. Sometimes it'd be hard to remember my shit. Now, let me see what I got. I wake up to sweet dreams. Came a long way from street dreams with a street team serving weed fiends. I'm a survivor. Time's the only thing could beat me. None work like us. Respect the mob. You can still come a missing if you test the God. From what I know to keep chrome in the lead at pop. And now they want to get mad that I left the block. But I got dreams to chase. They mouth get something when they see my face. Cause they know that I'll beat the brakes off them. Show up for court, lawyered up, walk in with a smile and beat the case. Nothing has changed. I have just grown. I am on business, so leave me alone. I am Van Sean. I'm off in my zone. You must not recognize what's being shown. Boss status, it is a habit. I want it, I grab it, cause I got to have it. I'm trapping this music and stacking this paper, then add it all up with supreme mathematics. I move where it's savage, I keep automatic. You come on that madness, they zip you in plastic. Why not take advantage of what's being handed, making money off what I let it do? The trunk's rattling, I'm gone.
That was just a little something. Again, Hoo Noz? I'm putting it out there right now, man. I want you to holler at Greasy Gang. When they ready for an interview, please let me know.
Oh, they love
I'm opening the door right now.
Yes, sir. They love.
You know what I'm saying? That last track you posted, when my man he say fuck work, I ain't going in. I think I had reposted that.
Oh yeah, the 10 Toes Down remix.
Man,
hey, look. I know we here for me, right? But I always give credits where it's due. from the first time I heard them dudes, man, I was impressed. They bring that heat and they're young. We talking early 20s.
Damn.
So that man state and the lyrical ability impresses me every time they come in. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say I got a track coming with them soon. If I can get it mixed and mastered in time, man, I'm gonna get it over to you before they project drops. Hopefully by the time they come in to see you. But yeah, man, them dudes go hard, man. You better bring your A game with them. You might quit rapping. You know what I'm saying? You shout out Greasy Gang. Real shit.
All right, again, before we close this out, man, I want to say again, thank you. Like I tell artists, I know how it is when you give your work to somebody. You want to make sure that they appreciate it. They don't do nothing crazy with it. And I understand that your work is your heart, it's your passion.
No question.
You know what I'm saying? I know the difference between a person who does music and a person who raps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
I know the difference. So it's like when I reach out and y'all come back, like I said, you was the first one.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, I want to thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stezo Slow Clap again. First artist I called, and I know y'all gonna say he keeps saying that. Y'all don't understand.
You don't understand. Oh, look, listen, here, let me help them understand. Tell them to go back and look at your first show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You've been involved in our music from day one, man. I'm talking about I rocks with Stezo Radio hard. Y'all, I mean, A, y'all entertaining as hell. But B, you've been showing love to myself, the underground, since day one, and you know that's respect, bro. Like you ain't out here looking for who buzzing. You looking out here for who working. You know, and that's real, man. And you doing the same thing. And you know, real bosses, we support each other. Level of maturity.
Right about
shit.
that.
You know
right
what I'm saying?
That.
So yeah, I appreciate it. I know every artist do too, man. We appreciate what you do, bro. We rock with you.
All right. And on that note, y'all, we out.
Stezo's thought of the day.
All right, y'all. Again, thank you, Hoo Noz, for coming through and doing this live interview, man. Be on the lookout for that 11th project he got coming out. And like he promised, we're going to bring you one of the tracks off that project right now. This is called Once. It's featuring LC Mo and Silence the General. Check it out.
HFE. That's how I be finishing it. What's up, man? Broke ass, nigga. Feed your rap. See a nigga like me, get money. I don't know about a nigga like you. See a nigga like me, get money. I don't know about a nigga like you. I'ma get my guap, I'ma get my fetty. I'ma get my dough, I'ma get my cheese. I'ma get my guap, I'ma get my fetty. I'ma get my dough, I'ma get my cheese. See a nigga like me, get money. I don't know about a nigga like you. See a nigga like me, get money. I don't know about a nigga like you. I'ma get my guap, I'ma get my fitted. I'ma get my dough, I'ma get my cheese. I'ma get my guap, I'ma get my fitted. I'ma get my dough, I'ma get my cheese. See a nigga like me.
Quiet as kept, I be quiet as hell. If the bullets start flying, I'm a pile of the shell. I was bred in the lands that be violent as hell. You do your dirt while you're lonely, stay silent as hell. You get judged for your actions, they louder than words. I move, thumpers, marijuana, and powder in the birds. You talk too much, you could get landed. Chalk, don't talk much, walk the walk. My man's and bulk, this paper's what I'm after. While they lips just chat and kick the bullshit, so what they spit don't matter. Where the bricks at, you know we get those answers. Take aim at the game, hope I hit those rappers. See twice what you speak, don't believe what you hear. See through your third eye, it appears so clear. Anyone try to hurt man to get so aired. Guess it's no surprise, these guys don't dare. Who knows, ain't the name, it's the way that I'm living with no prison, no existence. I'm a ghost in the system and the social, but I'm focused to not go to prison. R.I.P. any beat I hear with flows that I'm spitting, it's poisonous. The truth could be deadly, they boisterous, but yet they really not ready. I pop for the guap, or be your ass for the cash, let it blow for the dough and get petty for the
nigga like me, get money. I don't know about a nigga like you. See a nigga like me, get money. I don't know about a nigga like you. I'ma get my guap, I'ma get my fetty. I'ma get my dough, I'ma get my cheese. I'ma get my guap, I'ma get my fetty. I'ma get my dough, I'ma get my cheese. See a nigga like me, get money. I don't know about a nigga like you. See a nigga like me, get money. I don't know about a nigga like you. I'ma get my guap, I'ma get my fitted. I'ma get my dough, I'ma get my cheese. I'ma get my guap, I'ma get my fitted. I'ma get my dough, I'ma get my cheese.
See a nigga like me, get money. Shit, you know I'm all about a bag. Ain't no time for sitting around doing nothing, nigga. Ain't no room for error. I do whatever for the cash. Ain't no room for you fakers. Ain't no room for you haters. If you waiting on our downfall, keep on waiting. Yeah, we headed to the top. Ain't no stopping us now. So all you envious motherfuckers can keep on hating. It's that new generation. These motherfuckers waiting on a handout. Got their hand out while we doing whatever to go and get it. We original with it, and that's the reason that we stand out. See a nigga like me, get money. Shit, it ain't another option. I'm a nigga with an attitude. When it come to getting this money, it's like I'm coming straight up out of Compton. I'ma get my guap, my fetty, I'ma get my dough, I'ma get my cheese. These niggas be talking super tough, but spitting over a track. But when you see them in the streets, they freeze. Like a nigga like me, ain't no none of that. I'm running to the money, nigga, like a running back. Your best better be to leave me alone, cause I ain't the one. If I lay you down, ain't no coming back.
See a nigga like me, get money. I don't know about a nigga like you. See a nigga like me, get money. I don't know about a nigga like you. I'ma get my guap, I'ma get my fetty. I'ma get my dough, I'ma get my cheese. I'ma get my guap, I'ma get my fetty. I'ma get my dough, I'ma get my cheese. See a nigga like me, get money. I don't know about a nigga like you. See a nigga like me, get money. I don't know about a nigga like you. I'ma get my guap, I'ma get my fetty. I'ma get my dough, I'ma get my cheese. I'ma get my guap, I'ma get my fetty. I'ma get my dough, I'ma get my cheese. See a nigga like me.
This interview was brought to you by Stezo Radio, the podcast. To check out the podcast, all you got to do is follow us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. And if you want to follow us on our social media platforms, you can look us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Stezo Radio. And if you can't find us, just Google us, and I guarantee we'll pop up. But don't forget,
Stezo Radio is for adults only.